You know, I see you and I just start laughing. I try not to look at your face. You made it.
I made it.
Tell me about Nairobi traffic. You know, Nairobi has been rated among the most stressful cities
Yes.
in the world.
I tell you, from traffic,
Yeah.
mpaka kukopa pesa. Yeah. I tell you,
You have debts.
I have debts.
You have debts?
Yeah, I hope the people that own these lending applications are not listening. Yeah, I owe them, all of them,
You have debts everywhere.
everywhere.
It must be difficult having debts,
No,
being
it's
caught up
not
in
difficult.
traffic. And
It's
you're
not-
a dad. You're a dad, Jessy.
Yes.
You've been a dad for a while. I know this.
Yes.
And I don't mean a zaddy. I mean your father.
Yes, I am.
And you have all this stress.
Imagine. First of all, unaongeleshwa na watoto, you don't know what they are saying. Hiyo ni stress number 1. And then traffic number 2. Deni number 3. Kenya number 4. SGR number 5. Standard what is it called? Expressway number 3. KEMSA.
Too much.
Too much.
But you know, you have a way of making us happy. Every time we see you, with all that stress, you make us laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, MC Jessy is on the Spice Rev. You're mad.
I missed you, Monique.
I missed you too.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, as you can see.
Good to see you. I'm so happy to be here.
It's great to have you here joining us. And, you know, there's something about your personality. It's so infectious and contagious. And even when you're online and I peep and I see your profiles, I feel like laughing just seeing your face. Is that how you stay sane in this crazy world?
Yes, God has a way of making things happen for even comedians and people and entertainers and all that, because, you know, we are entertainers. We relieve you of your stress. So there's no way God can allow us to have stress. You get?
Yeah.
So sisi ndio wale Mungu anatupatia jokes kwanza. Before now, he makes us share with you. So
Right.
I laugh fast.
You were laughing in traffic. You know, I thought you were not going to make it. How did you make it here? How was your drive?
Ooh, my friend,
Yeah.
I overlapped. I'm the one. If people on traffic have seen a guy who was overlapping and causing all that commotion, that was me. But luckily the traffic officer saw me. Akakuja akasema, yo, simamisha gari. My car imeandikwa hiyo number plate 4 times on Mombasa Road just now.
So did you say I'm MC Jessy?
No, I didn't
Google
say.
me?
I was like, Muse. And then he's like, it's you. Where are you running? Why are you running? Everywhere there's jam. I'm like, no, I'm rushing to Spice FM, man.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Spice FM, yeah. I have an interview with Monique. He's
Yeah.
like, okay, follow me. Ooh, 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 ooh. I felt like Raila Amolo Odinga.
Listen, you're crazy.
I
You're
felt
nuts.
like the president.
Let me tell
I felt
you.
like the deputy president. I felt like Vizuri, kila mtu. The people that have chasers. Hapo
Right,
mbele.
right.
The pikipikis.
Yeah.
Woo, woo. That was me today. So the guys on Mombasa Road. The guy who was passed with the pikipiki ya polisi. Si mheshimiwa.
It was you.
Ni mimi.
And you know you're the guy everyone sneers at because you people, you cause us a lot of drama.
Aye, watch
We have
us
things to
sneer
do and
as long
places
as
to
I
be.
make it for
But I'm
you.
glad you're here, Jessy. We're going to be celebrating dads this weekend. And I had a trend topic about, you know, relationships with your father and how it affects your romantic relationships today.
Yes.
So the people with the very high standards, I'm sure your children are going to have very high standards. And of course, the cycle of the relationship you had with your dad and what that does with your romantic relationships today. How is your relationship with your dad? And, you know, as a man, I've seen a lot of people tweeting about, my dad never said, I love you. I have never heard a Kenyan father say, I love you. They say it in very different ways. How was your relationship with your dad and how was it growing up?
Meru anaambia mtu aje I love you.
You can't.
These things tumekuja kuzilan Nairobi.
So what do you say?
I love you. First we saw them on soap operas. Mexican soap opera, Alejandro Ciniegas telling Camila Montes de Alba,
Yeah.
I love you, Camila Montes de Alba. You are my life.
Right.
So we only believed that love was found in soap operas.
Right.
So there's no way a parent would tell you, I love you. For me, I'm fortunate to have a dad.
Yeah.
Had a dad. He passed on, God rest his soul in eternal peace.
Yeah.
But he was my friend. Like, he was a good man. I didn't have a chance to live with him for long. You know, I come from a polygamous family.
Just like
So
me.
he had his wife,
Yeah.
and his other wife, his kids, and us. So
You felt you were down there.
yeah, other guys. But he had time. He created time to be with all of us.
Yeah.
So he showed us some love. But he never said, I love you.
Never.
He was a true Meru. Aje, how do you just go telling your kids I love you?
I mean, it does something.
Tunaionanga kwa soap opera.
But you can't speak
Dad,
for
I
all
love you.
Merus, Jessy. There are Merus who say I love you, and I
they
dare
are
them to
there.
tweet us.
I do tell my kids I love them.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a son and a daughter, so I have to tell them I love them before other people go and confuse them with that word I love you.
Right.
I want them to experience my
Right.
love first, to understand what love is all about. And what I know,
You're preaching.
girls especially.
Yeah. Girls need to hear it from their
need
fathers.
to hear it from the father. I love you, sweetie. You're so beautiful. You're a princess. Before they go and meet mafisi huko nje wawaambie love you.
Never heard the word before.
Yeah, never heard the word I love you. Actually, for me, I know most girls that wanakwanga kichwa ngumu kidogo. You know those girls who run away from home, they're perambulating all over. Go and look at their background.
Yeah.
The relationship with the dad,
Yeah.
haiko. It's not there. But the ones who have like a caring dad and all that, they
Right.
care. A dad who calls, the girl is telling the dad, oh, dad, I want to go out. Dad is like, okay, but I want you to be careful. How much do you need?
Right.
Such people don't become spoiled brat. What time are you coming back? Who are you with? Which friends? Okay, no problem. In case of anything, please call me. Those girls feel secure. There's no other man who will come and tell them, I love you, I'll take care of you. Oh, don't worry, I'll tonight call me. They already know my first love, my dad,
Yeah.
told me in case of anything,
Yeah.
I call them.
It's not an unfamiliar word. And you know, the
Yeah.
assumption is when men come from spaces or homes where they never heard that word, there was no affection, there was no care, the way you're describing the Meru dads, that's exactly who you become. In fact, people become the opposite. And you have managed to give what you didn't quite get.
Yes.
What advice do you have for men? And I'm seeing this pop up on the timeline a lot, that didn't have a father, but now are fathers. They don't know what that means. And when people are celebrating Father's Day, they're thinking, I am a father now, but I never had one. What advice do you have for those kind of guys?
Learn to learn also. Learn to learn from other fathers. Don't be a lone ranger. There's no man who's an island. You get? So hang around with other dads, other young dads, and also older dads. You may not have a father, but you have a father figure. Your pastor is your father figure. Your uncle, the cool one, he's your father
Not the
figure.
other one.
Not the other one.
Who's the other one?
But even the Kalaka Mulevi, you can listen to them. They actually say the truth when they're drunk. My friend, don't have many women. They'll finish you. You see, he's saying well drunk, but it's true.
Right.
You just look at your wife.
He's got some gems.
If
to
you
share.
don't think your wife is beautiful, go and drink 1, 2. She will be so beautiful, you will sad. So you listen to that uncle. Sometimes they talk sense.
Right, they do.
Yeah. So
Somewhere in that commotion.
in that commotion there about, there's some sense hidden.
Hidden. You have to find
somewhere between the enzymes that make the alcohol, between the sorghum
Right.
and the millet and the fermentation, in there.
There's a gem.
There's some wisdom. So listen to those people. You can't be alone. You cannot raise kids according to what you think is right.
Right.
No, there's societal expectations, and it's found in other people. It's found in your uncle, in your uncle's friend. You know those father figure, the person who was there when you're getting baptized. That person, that's your father. So there's nobody who doesn't have a father unless you don't want to.
Right.
Mentees are supposed to look for mentors. You don't expect mentors to look for you. You look for mentors. I have mentors that I look up to. I'm the one who calls them. When I have a problem, I call them. I have business mentors because I'm a businessman.
Right.
I have entertainment mentors because I'm an entertainer.
Right.
Yeah, we have those people who look up to, even in the comedy industry, because I have other people who look up to me. So I need to have someone I look up to.
Yeah.
I need to have some motivation and inspiration every day.
Right.
So these are our fathers. Every area, you need to have a spiritual father. You need to have a business father. Otherwise, you'll fail in business.
Right.
You need to have an industry father. You are a presenter, Monique. I know you have many people that are your friends, that you look up to, that you talk to. Hey, How can I do? My show is like this, like this. I know you talk to people. You have spiritual parents. I know you go to church.
Right.
Besides your husband, and you have great people that are surrounding you. That's where you're succeeding.
Exactly.
Without mentors, you can't see far.
And you know, I like that you're pointing out you cannot isolate yourself and label yourself. In fact, we do damage to ourselves.
Yes.
You carry that label. You say, oh, I didn't have a father. Oh, my father was a drunkard. My father was abusive. And you start carrying those labels, and it can actually seep into the next cycle, the next generation for your children.
Yes.
Let me move on to dads like you. The dads on social media, the dads that are famous, the dads that are not conventional dads. You know, when you hear dad,
Yes.
you know, people trying to bring you bow ties and socks. Jesse's not that kind of guy. Keep your socks and your mug and your flask. There's a lot of young women who find you quite desirable.
Let them keep on keeping on. It's amazing.
Are you in a relationship?
In a relationship, but I'm a father.
No.
Yes, I'm in a
No. Let's
relationship
go back to the question.
with my children.
You're in a relationship with your children.
Yes. The rest is I believe in love. I love to love. I love to raise my kids in an environment full of love.
Right.
So I'm nitaitaje. Mimi ni mpenzi. Mpenzi mtazamaji.
You're dodgy. Huh? I feel
I'm not
like you're in Mombasa Road
I'm
with
not
the
dodgy.
chase cars ahead. You've just left.
I'm the VIP.
You've just left.
You see, the reason I say this is because our industry is full of... I don't really like talking about my personal life a lot. Because when people don't know you, when people don't know much about your personal life, they don't know what to attack.
Right.
I've been in the industry for over 10 years now, and no one knows about Jessy much. Actually, this is the most I've revealed, because you know me very well. We've worked with you in another radio station somewhere. We worked very well, and I miss those days, by the way.
I miss those days, by the way, too. You're silly.
Yeah, though. And you taught me Kibaganda Banang.
No, you taught me Meru, and you used to come to work with a lot of grass.
Yes.
And I used to wonder, why is this herbivore? Why am I working with this person? Do you eat? Are you vegetarian? I learned a lot from you as well. But also, as a hardworking Kenyan father, there's a lot of stereotypes around Kenyan fathers being absent.
Yes.
And I don't know if you noticed, but there's been no noise for Father's Day.
Yes.
Like the noise we get for Mother's Day.
Ni kwa sababu wasichana wanashindanga na watoto. Umezana msichana, she'll always be the kid. The kid's mommy. So you are forced to make sure you for example, if you date an expensive girl, then she gets pregnant. Don't expect that kid not to be an expensive kid. So make sure you work. So fathers are all over working. Actually, Father's Day should be celebrated whether these guys know about it or not. People should come out and say, Happy Father's Day. Tell your father, Happy Father's Day. Sometimes we forget because we are working to make sure we fulfill our responsibility as fathers. First of all, fathers are providers. If you're not providing, my friend, you are worse than an infidel. Wow. So you have to provide for these kids that you've brought on earth. When you're getting these kids, you're shouting, yes, hallelujah, come on. But when they come, then you want to be an absentee. No, you need to work hard to make sure you take up the responsibility. You are there. You are the one who knows how you got that kid.
You know which
You
route.
know how you got it. You know how you went to this girl, you sweet talked her, you took her on dates, but when she gets pregnant, you ran away. No, let's just take up our responsibilities. Sometimes not all relationship work out, okay? Not all marriages work out. But it doesn't mean you neglect the children. The kids were not in the love thing. No, they are product of marriage. They are product of marital responsibility, which is conjugal rights. You are asking for each other for conjugal rights. The results are what? The kid. This child should not be involved in your entanglement with you and your wife or with your girlfriend or whoever you give birth with. You are supposed to take up your responsibility. And that is what men are supposed to do now. Take up your responsibility. Hakuna mtoto wa oops. Even the oops, you knew. How comes when you're removing the clothes, there was no oops, sina shati, oops, hata we hauna, oops, look at us, oops.
Right.
And
now
then
all of a sudden,
pregnancy is not a dating. it takes, even after you make love to the person, she has 72 hours to decide whether she wants to get a baby or not.
So no surprises.
Yes, no surprises at all on getting a kid. So take up your responsibilities as two grown-ups. See, must is the relationships you work, Monique.
Jessy, what happened to you in
Pick up
traffic?
your
What happened to you in traffic today? Something spiritual happened to you on your way here.
Yeah,
I love it.
I got inspired.
You got inspired, and I love the fact that there's a lot of beautiful content today. A lot of people saying my father set the bar so high that was my expectation. That was my understanding of security, of a partnership, of a relationship, a healthy thing. I saw it, I experienced it. And it's not just the Alejandros. There's black men, Kenyan men, Meru men.
Awasemange, I love you.
They do.
But they show it. Your father taking you to school is a sign of love.
Right.
Providing for you is a sign of love. You know, taking care of you in that house with your mother is love. You get what I mean?
So the language.
He might not say it, but he's showing it. When he comes home, that's love. Maybe walikosana na mama yako, but he looks for you. He calls you through your mom's phone or through your phone. He tries to be there. It's very hard to be a man in this Nairobi, I tell you. It is very hard. And if you're not a provider, that woman would not let you see the child if you're not living together. And even if you're living together, that woman will not respect you. So that is in the heads of men. So what do? They make sure they work extra hard. And na wewe una participate, unashikana na mama yako, you go and abuse this man. Your father is your father. And you can never be better than your father. No matter how many children you sire, you'll never be your father's father. So you can't go around bragging, oh, my dad was a drunkard, he was a witch doctor, I'm better than him. No, you can never be better than your father.
Right.
The more kids you get, you're actually making him a grand father.
You know, you're speaking like those guys who love to go with, your nephews and other people's sons to negotiate for bride price. You must be very entertaining, and then you still take all the money from those people.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Actually,
you do.
I'm a negotiator for Rurashio on hire. You can call me.
We're going to share Jesse's details on social media. And of course, you have many other gigs that you do. There's something that you're part of currently.
Yes.
You're hosting a show.
Yes, I'm hosting a show on KTN. I have actually 2 shows on KTN.
Hey.
One is Jessy Junction. Jessy Junction airs on KTN Home every Sunday, 4 to 5. We changed the timings a little bit to make it more nice. And actually more guests are coming on the show. People want to hear their stories.
Nice.
Celebrities, common people, everybody. This Sunday, it'll be fire on Jessy Junction, 4 to 5. This Sunday on KTN Home.
Is 1 hour enough for you? Just 1 hour.
1 hour is not enough for me. Even for this interview, I'll come again next week. I'll just come and niingie kwa interview tuongee for like 2 hours.
No, you must come. There's never enough time.
I will come again. And also there's another show I do tonight at 10 p.m. Taska Milele. That's the show I'm going to be doing. It's called Daima 254 Nataska.
Wow, let's drink to that. MC Jessy, you have a lot to share, and you're just great fun. You really are one of those role models that a lot of young people look up to. And hearing your story, growing up with your dad, also, I didn't even know that about your dad being polygamous. It doesn't necessarily mean where you're from is what you become.
Yes.
You have to create the life you want.
Exactly.
And if you want to be a present father, you can be.
Yes.
If you want to reconnect with your father, you can.
And I am a present father. I'm not an absentee father. I take care of them.
I love that.
The reason why I was telling you that, maybe if you allow me in a minute, the reason why I don't talk really much about my personal life is because I believe when people don't know you, they have nothing to attack. Okay? I've seen in the industry where people come, then they're all over showing each other, this is my wife, these are my kids, this is how I live, this is my house, this is my car. Before you know it, there are other people who are jealous of that. They look for things to bring you down, and they use your most precious thing, your kids, your family. So they come there and attack that. I've seen my fellow artists, comedians, musicians being attacked through their spouses. I've seen someone being told of And the people that write, sometimes those other people, the bloggers that are not authentic.
Right.
There are others who are really good bloggers that actually look for facts. They don't maliciously write about celebrities. But we have others who are actually out there to make sure you go down. Those people attack celebrities, some of them through the wives. I've seen someone ameandikiwa story hata wewe unasoma unashanga, and you are that day you are with a person, you're like, no, come on,
no,
guys.
It's crazy because someone here has said on the Newsmakers, one of our segments is where we wrap up the week with the people that made the news, and someone said this has been the week of exposing people and leaked things and all that stuff.
You see?
And it's quite unfortunate that that's the content that people think people need.
Whoever was trending this week,
right?
If we didn't know much about their family, it wouldn't have made news.
But because we did.
We know the wives, we know the children. We don't want to see a prosperous home. We want to destroy it, because huku nje kumejaa mashetani hawataki kuona families to prosper. So for me, mutatafuta, I will not give information about hivi naishi hapa gari hii. Again, it's not in our culture as Meros to brag about the things you have, because for example, in our culture we don't count children. That is one. Number two, we don't show off mali. Wacha ijiongelele. We nyamaza, because all these things to us when we were initiated into adulthood, they don't matter. What matters most is the love that we share with each other as human beings.
You're gonna make me cry. Kutuma Sadaka, you can send to MC Jessy. You're crazy.
Bishop
But
Jessy.
as happy Father's Day. I hope you feel the love. There's so much love for you on social media, and I hope we get to do this again. If you are going towards Mombasa Road, you have to plan early accordingly. Okay.
I will.
Thank you so much, MC Jessy.
I will come
loads
again, Monique.
of
I will
fun.
come. I will come.
And yeah, don't force anyone to give you their passwords, okay? Jessy, we had someone here saying, when people are in a relationship, you must have access to each other's passwords very quickly. Do you think it's a good idea?
No, it's not a good idea. We kana simu yako, mimi kana simu yangu, but trust each other. Trust each other, man.
There you have it. There you have it. Have a great weekend. Adults in the Room is next. Congratulations to the original team. Somebody sleeping. And of course, if you haven't called your dad in a while, just go right ahead and call him. You can binge on the content that you missed. It's all over social media. Lots of comments there, and lots of love for MC Jessy. I've got a song here that I must slot in before the show ends. And it's going out to Anthony.
There's no song for me.
And you, Jessy. It's called My Father's Eyes.